What's up you guys, it's Ben and welcome back to my channel where we talk about everything there is relating to selling on Amazon. So in this video, I wanted to cover one of the most difficult topics for most new sellers to understand, and that is Amazon PPC. And more importantly, where do most people tend to go wrong so you can potentially avoid their mistakes and therefore make use of Amazon PPC to launch your very first product and start making profitable sales. Key here being profitable sales, because the truth is, just like I mentioned in my previous video, Amazon PPC is a double-edged sword. Some people can use it to their advantage, to their benefit, whilst others really abuse it and potentially lose money on it and therefore get discouraged from selling on Amazon ever again. Now, I will in a separate video make a long tutorial video on how to set up your Amazon FBA PPC campaigns correctly, like a tutorial effectively what to do, what not to do, how much to bid, and so on and so forth. However, in this video, I just wanted to go over some of the most common mistakes that new sellers tend to make sure you avoid them. And with that being said, guys, if you are interested in selling on Amazon and you want some additional help, you want some additional support because you're feeling a little bit lost, maybe you're in the analysis paralysis stage at the moment, then please don't forget to check the links down below for my own personal mentorship, where I will help you personally and guide you along the way in your Amazon FBA journey. Otherwise, guys, if you're running on a relatively lower budget, but you still want to use some of the business tools that I use and recommend, then please don't forget to check the links down below for awesome, by far the most reliable e-commerce accountants out there. And with my link, you'll get £100 off. Helium 10, the best product research tool out there in the market, or Tide, the best business bank account that will actually set up your company and your business bank account all in one place. And with that being said, guys, let's get straight to the video. Right, so the very first and the main thing that most people completely forget to figure out is to calculate your break-even ACoS on Amazon FBA. How are you supposed to know if you're making money off your Amazon PPC campaigns or not if you actually don't even know what your break-even ACoS is? Now, I completely understand that for new people that actually haven't sold on Amazon before and may not even have any business experience, I completely understand the confusion. However, guys, calculating break-even ACoS is extremely important in order to measure how effective your PPC campaigns, how effective your advertising is on Amazon. And basically what break-even ACoS means is it gives you a percentage. Basically, you have to calculate how much profit you make on each and every single sale, and then it gives you a percentage. And if you go above that percentage, that means your campaigns are actually losing you money. And if you're going below that percentage, then your campaigns are most likely making you a little bit of money. And therefore, you need to figure out exactly how much is your break-even ACoS. Now, I have made separate videos on this, and make sure to go on them and actually double check how to calculate it, and calculate it for each and every single one of your products, because if you don't, then you actually don't know what is a good campaign and what isn't a good campaign. If your campaign, for example, is at 50% ACoS at the moment, are you making money? Are you losing money? Are you break even? I don't know. Do you effectively? So you have to make sure you understand those things, so then you can basically check which ones are making you money, which keywords are making you money. The ones that are making you money, you bid higher on them. The ones that are losing you money or potentially not getting any sales whatsoever, you reduce your bids or potentially take them off completely. Next up, on the basically topic of bidding, I see a lot of students, they are desperate to get sales straight off the bat, and therefore they will bid up way higher than they should. And what happens is, when you bid up higher, is you tend to run out of budget. And because you run out of budget, you effectively, your PPC campaigns, your advertising campaigns are only showing your product during the first part of the day. By the time that you are out of budget, then potentially your products will not be shown on those first pages anymore. So sometimes actually bidding less is actually more beneficial, because each and every single click is actually going to cost you less, number one, and therefore you should reduce your ACoS once somebody does make a purchase. And secondly, if you actually reduce your bids and make sure that your campaign lasts throughout the whole day, then you actually have more time for people to actually check on your product on the first page. Especially this is important during the week when most of the sales actually come in after 5-6 o'clock. What is the point of having a PPC campaign budget that actually completely you outbid it and you use up your whole budget effectively, and then by the time evening comes, your products are nowhere to be found? So always make sure how much you are check basically how much you're bidding on each and every single keyword, and also make sure to check whether your campaigns are actually live towards the end of the day. Because if they are not live towards the end of the day, then that means two things. Number one, your budget might be too low, which in most cases won't be, or you may potentially be overbidding on some of the keywords. They get clicked up very, very quickly. That budget gets used up, and therefore you are not making full use of your PPC campaigns. Next up, and that is budgeting. Okay, budgeting is really, really important, and you need to figure out how much of your Amazon PPC you're going to put a budget aside. Okay, whether it's going to be £100, £200, £300, whatever. Okay, and you need to make yourself basically a plan. How much money do you want to set aside for PPC each and every single day? Now, some people ask me these questions, and it's really difficult for me to answer because different people have different budgets. Different people actually sell in different niches. Some are more competitive than others, and therefore will require more PPC than others. However, from my personal experience, in my case, I never go above £20 each and every single day. I do not want to pay Amazon more than 20 quid a day, because that actually equates to £600 per one product per month, which in my personal opinion is quite a lot. So I always keep it under £20. However, if the niche is very competitive and it's something that I really want to get into, I may potentially push up the bids and the budget a little bit higher just to push myself, effectively force myself onto the first page. However, I will quickly then reduce that budget once I see my organic ranking up, going on the second page, the first page, and start making those organic sales. Next up, guys, simply not having a plan. Okay, and this is completely understandable, especially when you're just starting off. There's so much for you to learn. You've got no idea what you're going to do with Amazon PPC, which is why I provide mentorships, which is why I provide a course and so on. But you need to figure out, once the product goes live on Amazon FBA and people can actually see it and buy it, review it, and so on and so forth, what is your PPC campaign strategy going to be? Are you going to just create a manual campaign? Are you just going to create automatic campaign? Are you potentially going to do both campaigns? Maybe you're one of those people that may want to use some of external ads, such as Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Google, whatever. What is your plan going to be? You need to write that down potentially and stick to it. Because what happens is that once the plan doesn't work effectively, people tend to get emotional, especially if they start losing money on PPC and start making drastic decisions, which usually don't lead to anything good. So make sure before the product goes live, set out a plan, try to learn as much about Amazon PPC campaigns as possible, set up a strategy that you will actually be able to follow for the next month, and stick to it. See what happens during that month. If that doesn't work, then the next month start making adjustments. But don't make changes too quickly, and always make sure to plan. I don't know who said this, but whoever said if you don't have a plan, then you plan to fail is absolutely right. And last but not least is, the truth is, guys, on some niches, PPC simply won't work. No matter how good you are, no matter what kind of an expert you are, myself included, some basically niches just won't work, because the simple matter of fact is they're just too competitive. There are too many new sellers effectively bidding for those top spots on the first page. And in order for you to get onto the first page, you need to increase your bids to like £1.5, £2 per bid. Now, Amazon loves this because they make so much money on each and every single click. But for us sellers, that is a really bad sign, because that means we really need to stretch our budgets that much further to get any sales whatsoever. In that sense, what I tend to do is make sure I have the best possible listing, the best possible images, the best possible title, keywords, etc., and actually reduce my price to break even and cut the PPC campaigns off completely. I do not want to give any more money to Amazon, especially in the niches that are just too competitive. And what tends to happen is, because of such a low price, potentially at break even, customers will eventually start finding your products, maybe sometimes wandering onto page 5, page 6, maybe sometimes going through the suggested items and so on. And slowly but surely, there is a good chance for you to still move up the page ranks organically without using any PPC. And that's pretty much it for today's video, guys. I really hope you found it useful. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Check the links down below for the mentorship and the FBA Mentor Academy course, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.